The iPhone battery debate. Did Apple pull a fast one? We all love our iPhones, right? They're sleek, they're powerful, and they just work. Until they don't. Let's talk about a controversy that hit Apple a few years back. iPhone batteries and the whole throttling saga. Remember that? Basically, Apple was accused of deliberately slowing down older iPhones. Why? The rumor mill churned out theories faster than you could say new iPhone release. Were they trying to force us to upgrade? Was it all a ploy to boost sales? The truth, as always, is a little more nuanced. But the question remains, did Apple cross a line? Let's dive in and find out. The throttling bombshell: Apple admits to slowing down iPhones. It all came to a head in 2017, a year that would be remembered for this tech controversy. After months of speculation and hushed whispers, Apple finally admitted it. They were indeed slowing down older iPhones. The internet exploded, people were furious, social media was ablaze with angry posts and heated debates. Turns out, Apple had been quietly rolling out software updates that throttled or slowed down the performance of iPhones with aging batteries. This was done without informing the users, leading to widespread outrage. Their reasoning? To prevent unexpected shutdowns. Apple claimed that as batteries age, they couldn't handle peak performance, which could cause phones to shut down abruptly. You see, as batteries get older, they struggle to deliver consistent power, especially under heavy load. This can lead to performance issues and unexpected shutdowns, which Apple aimed to mitigate. The backlash was swift and brutal. People felt betrayed by a company they had trusted for years. Lawsuits were filed, accusations were flung, and Apple found itself in the middle of a PR nightmare. The company had to scramble to manage the fallout. People felt cheated, like Apple had been manipulating them into upgrading their phones. The trust was broken. It was a lesson in transparency and the importance of communication with loyal customers. Why throttling happens. Old batteries and tired processors. Okay, let's take a step back and understand the technical side of things. Your iPhone, like any other smartphone, relies heavily on its processor and battery to function smoothly. These two components work in tandem to ensure that your device runs efficiently. Imagine your iPhone's processor, the brains of the operation, as a powerful engine. This engine is responsible for handling all the tasks you throw at it, from simple texting to complex gaming. And the battery? That's the fuel tank. It provides the necessary energy to keep the engine running. Now, as your battery gets older, it's like the fuel tank starts to rust and leak. This means it can't hold as much charge as it used to, and it can't deliver that charge as efficiently. It can't hold as much charge, and it can't deliver that charge as efficiently. This inefficiency becomes more noticeable when you're using your phone for power-hungry activities. This puts a strain on the processor, especially when you're doing demanding tasks like gaming or editing videos. The processor needs a steady supply of power to perform these tasks effectively. To prevent the phone from shutting down unexpectedly, Apple introduced throttling. Throttling is a way to manage the power output of the processor to match the reduced capacity of the aging battery. It's like reducing the engine's power output when the fuel tank is low. By doing this, the phone can continue to operate without sudden shutdowns, even if it means running a bit slower. This keeps things running, albeit slower, and prevents those dreaded shutdowns. So, while it might be frustrating to experience a slower phone, it's a necessary measure to ensure your device remains functional. Section 4. Apple's mea culpa, making amends for BatteryGate. Faced with mounting pressure and a very angry customer base, Apple knew they had to act fast. They issued a public apology which, let's be honest, felt a little like a forced confession. But they also offered some solutions. First, they slashed the price of battery replacements for older iPhones. This was a big deal, as replacing the battery essentially gave your old phone a new lease on life, performance-wise. Second, they introduced the BatteryHealth feature in iOS. This gave users more visibility into their battery's condition, showing them its maximum capacity and whether it was being throttled. It was a step towards transparency, albeit a belated one. Section 5. Keeping your iPhone battery healthy tips and tricks. So how do you, the iPhone user, navigate this whole battery minefield? It can be quite confusing with all the information out there. Here are a few tips to keep your battery healthy and avoid the dreaded throttle. These simple steps can make a big difference in your iPhone's performance. Check battery health. Go to Settings, then Battery, and then Battery Health to see your battery's maximum capacity. This will give you an idea of how well your battery is performing. If it's below 80%, consider a replacement. A battery with less than 80% capacity can significantly affect your phone's performance. Avoid extreme temperatures. Heat and cold can degrade your battery faster. Try to keep your phone in a moderate temperature range. Keep your iPhone away from direct sunlight and don't leave it in a hot car. Prolonged exposure to heat can cause permanent damage to the battery. Optimize charging. Don't leave your phone plugged in overnight. Overcharging can lead to battery wear and tear over time, and try not to let it drain to 0% too often. Frequent deep discharges can shorten your battery's lifespan. Update software carefully. While Apple has improved battery management in recent years, new software updates can sometimes impact battery life. New features and background processes can drain your battery faster than expected. Consider waiting for user feedback before updating your iPhone. This way, you can avoid any potential issues that might come with the latest update. Section 6. The future of iPhone batteries. What's next? Looking ahead, what's the future of iPhone batteries? Apple is constantly researching new battery technologies, aiming for longer lifespans and faster charging. We've seen improvements in recent years, with iPhones boasting better battery life than ever before. But the holy grail is a battery that can power our devices for days, even weeks, without needing a charge. On the transparency front, Apple needs to continue building trust with its users. Being upfront about battery health and performance management is crucial. Nobody likes to feel like their phone is being deliberately slowed down. Section 7. The final verdict. Was Apple right all along? So was Apple justified in throttling iPhones? It's complicated and multifaceted. On the one hand, they were trying to prevent unexpected shutdowns and extend the lifespan of their devices, which is commendable. But on the other hand, they did it secretly, without informing users, which was problematic. This lack of transparency eroded trust and left a bad taste in many people's mouths. What do you think about this? Let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts are. Did Apple make the right call, or did they betray their users' trust? Let's discuss this further.